Hello and welcome everyone to another edition of Inside Leatherneck Athletics. I'm your host Gabriel McDonagh alongside Western Illinois head baseball coach Mike Villano. Coach, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Gabe, for having me.
No problem. Now, as a former minor and Major League Baseball player, how has that helped you become a successful baseball coach here at Western?
Well, so far I'm not sure if it totally has. Our performance hasn't been great, but I think anytime you have a background with that and you've kind of been thrown into and battled through those types of situations, kids can relate to it. It's good for recruiting. You know, just because a person could play doesn't mean they're a good coach. You know, but it does mean something to have played at that level. I got coached by some of the best people in the world. You know, I just have to make sure I'm transferring the message to the players I'm coaching.
All right. Now, as a former hitting and pitching coach over at CMU, how has that helped you progress to a head baseball coach?
I mean, it has. I mean, I know that I'm interested in pretty much every aspect of baseball, from base running, hitting, pitching, catching, you know, infield play. So I mean, it's one of those things where I kind of enjoyed doing all of it. I don't really have a specific thing that I enjoy more. I mean, probably my favorite thing about coaching baseball is winning.
Right. Now, speaking of winning, you took the Western Illinois Leathernecks back to the Summit League Championship last year for the first time since 2008. What are your goals for this year's season?
Goals are to get back to the tournament and hopefully win the tournament. You know, Oral Roberts has won it 14 years in a row. You know, we struggled against them really bad last week, but you know, we have the ability to put a team out there that can compete with some of the best teams in the country. It's all about being consistent.
All right. Now, one player that has really shined this year has been senior outfielder Ryan Cowie. He's batting .295, and he's a perfect 21 for 21 in stolen base attempts. How does a person who can steal like that, how does that help you and change your offensive game plan as a coach?
No, it's great. Once he gets on base, I mean, it's, you know, he's got a green light to go anytime he wants to. Ryan's a hard worker. You know, as long as he controls his, he gets a little bit of anxiety at times, and you know, but when he goes out there and plays the way he can, he's a fantastic player, brings a lot of different tools to the game, and he's exciting to watch.
All right, Coach. Now, finally, with a 13-24 record this year, but with wins over big-name schools such as Xavier and earlier in the year, a win against the number 8th ranked Georgia Bulldogs team, how would you rate this year's performance thus far?
You know, it's been a roller coaster. We've been up and down. I mean, just like yesterday's game against Eastern Illinois, we went out there and it was a totally different team that played against Oral Roberts, that played against Southern Utah. You know, I mean, we're just going up and down. I mean, if we can perform on a consistent level, we can play with anybody. You know, that's the exciting thing about it. But it's all about bringing your best game every day and coming to play.
All right. Well, thanks again for joining us, Coach.
I appreciate you having me.
That's all we have for this edition of Inside Leatherneck Athletics. I'm your host, Gabriel McDonagh. Thank you, and be sure to tune in next week.